Hello and welcome back to my channel. All I do here is to share my knowledge in personal and character development using stories, life lessons, book excerpts, and the Bible. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 3 life-changing principles that have helped me to overcome some of life's most challenging moments. I'm sure that we've all been in such a situation, just like me, where we are facing a broken relationship, we are stuck in a cycle of pain, or maybe resentment is even eating us up. As Christians, even though we know that God has a plan, it may feel impossible sometimes to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So sit back and buckle up as I share with you 3 life-changing principles that have helped me to become a better person. So whether you're dealing with broken relationships, pain, or resentment, you are supposed to be in this video with me so that we can learn together. The first principle I'll be bringing to you is that not all relationships are permanent. I'm sure it came as a surprise hearing that. It was also a surprise to me as well. But the first principle I had to learn is that not all relationships are permanent. Some relationships are only for a period in your life, and after that, they fizzle out, and it has to create a new way for newer relationships. In my own case, one of the things I had to learn was that I had to realize that sometimes God may have a different plan. He may have a different agenda. And that was the kind of experience that Samuel also had. In 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 1, Samuel learned an important lesson, just like we are learning here. Samuel learned that it was time for him to move on. He had been rooting for Saul, and he was hoping that Saul would be better. But God had given him an instruction. It was time for him to move on. God told Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul? I have rejected him as a king over Israel. Fill your horn with oil and just be on your way, because it's time for you to move on." It may also be time for you to move on from another relationship, just like it happened to me. I used to have a very close friend, someone who I really enjoyed company with. We had a lot of connection going. We talked a lot, we had interactions, and we were vulnerable with one another. But then again, just like every other relationship, we grew apart instead of growing together. And it was time for us to now move on. It was painful at first for me, but I needed to learn and to realize that our lives had changed. Things had changed, and we needed to move on. It's usually very painful because it was painful for me as well, but I learned it. I realized that not all relationships are in my life to stay there forever. Some will come for a season, and then after that season, they would end. Letting go can be very scary, but just trust me. When you're following God, His timing is always perfect. He knows what you need per time. Even when you don't know what you need, He knows the friendships that would help you, that will promote you, that will take you higher during a particular season. And by Himself, He will usher them in. So all you need to do is just open yourself up for amazing opportunities, amazing friendships and relationships that God may be bringing your way, rather than being stuck in the old ones that have already expired. The second principle I'll bring to you is that the solution to pain is for you to pursue purpose. So have you experienced pain before? The thing is that it's very easy for you to wallow in self-pity or just hoping that those pain, those things troubling you will automatically disappear. But you see, one of the fastest ways to take care of those pain is for you to find the purpose in that pain. Those things that have caused you pain, caused you displeasure, made you to cry, may just be the purpose for your existence. And you only need to find it. When you focus on using your gifts and your talents to glorify God and to serve others, your pain will begin to diminish. They'll begin to reduce. They'll begin to become lesser. And then your life will take on a whole new meaning altogether. So what are those special things in your life? Those things that you know you can pursue. You will begin to discover them. as you discover that your life is more important than the pain that you're passing through. So all you need to do is to find out. Maybe you are a whiz in numbers, you just love numbers, or you have a way with words, or you love helping others. Whatever your gifts may be, use them. When you have experienced pain, that is the best time to begin to pursue a new purpose. You may have even been living a life of purpose in the past, but you must also know that your purpose has no end. And as you are changing your life, or the scope of your life is growing, so your purpose will also grow alongside. As your milestones are changing, as your ages are changing, your purpose is gaining new momentum, gaining new strength, and they are becoming bigger. And your experiences too will push you into experiencing new purposes as you allow them. So purpose gives our pain meaning and direction. When we shift our focus from our suffering to the greater purpose that God has for us, we'll begin to see our trials as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Will you do that today? Please do. Take out all the pains, take out all the things that have caused you pain, identify them, find out where your strengths lie, your passion lie, those things that give you fulfillment, and use them as stepping stones to push forward into the greater purpose that God has for your life. The third principle I'll be sharing with you is that you should walk in love and forgiveness. You heard me. Walk in love and forgiveness. That's the third life-changing principle. It may be very hard to forgive people, especially those who hurt us or those who we feel disappointed at. I recently shared on my Facebook page about how I held a grudge against my boss and how that grudge ate away my peace. I suddenly lost peace of mind because every time I looked at my boss, there was that thing inside my heart that was bitter about how I felt concerning how I felt treated or how badly I felt I was treated. And it wasn't until I chose to forgive that I felt that the weight was lifted off me. That weight of resentment and bitterness, it was lifted. And then fresh motivation for life came back inside of me. And I had a renewed sense and a renewed purpose for life. You need to be able to learn forgiveness and learn love. Forgiveness transforms our lives and also transforms our relationships. It allows us to let go of those thoughts that we have been holding on to. It may be your parents. Maybe they said some things that have really made you to be bitter. You need to let go. You need to let go, not for their sake alone, but for your sake. Because it helps you to be healthy. It helps your heart and your mind to be able to process properly and to be able to look at life with clear lenses rather than dimmed eyesight. Holding on to pain only causes harm. It only poisons our hearts and our minds. But the moment you choose, it's a choice to forgive. It frees you up from every bitterness and anger that you may be experiencing. Resentment is a heavy burden and it weighs you down or steals your joy. But you see, there is a way out. The only way out is that you just choose that love. Choose forgiveness. Learn it. Let it go. Whatever the situations may be, you have taken your lessons and you no longer feel the pain of that hurt or the pain of that bitterness that you feel towards that person. And you allow yourself to love them again. To love them again, even when they are unlovable, even when they have been unkind to you, even when they have been wicked to you or treated you badly. If it's so painful for you and difficult for you to forgive, my own rule of thumb is that you just go back on your knees to the cross and ask the Lord to help you to forgive such people. And then thereafter, you will receive that freshness flowing inside you like a river and allowing you to be able to look past what they have done and be able to embrace them again. There you have it. I have just shared with you 3 life-changing principles that can transform your life day by day. Remember, God is always there for you, even when things are tough. Thank you for joining me in this video. If you found these principles helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and also follow so that we can together grow as God would have us do. God bless you.